Hey guys, I'm Catherine Catalia, Senior Lifestyle Editor here at Bustle. And you know Tia Mowry. She's on Tia Mowry at Home. You've seen her on Sister Sister. What you may not know is that she has a brand new cookbook out.
Yes.
Whole New You.
Woo-hoo.
It's full of some amazing recipes, I gotta say.
you.
But it's also just a really great book to pick up if you're looking for some extra tips to help you down your path of health and wellness.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be talking all about that. We're gonna be playing a little bit of, little game. And if anybody watching has any questions whatsoever about any of the recipes that are in here, or any questions for Tia, let us know and we'll answer those.
Awesome. I'm excited.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you for having me. I love you guys. You guys are great. I'm a huge fan. So.
Well, we're a huge fan. You've been on Tia Mowry at Home on the cooking channel for 3 seasons now.
Yeah.
Was coming up with a cookbook just sort of a natural next step, or what was that about?
I've always wanted to come out with a cookbook. It's something that I've always wanted to do. It was a dream of mine, along with having a cooking show. I guess having a cooking show and then having the cookbook come out later is like, I don't know, perfect timing, should you say? But even if I didn't have the cooking show, I would have loved to have come out with a cookbook, mainly because of the inspiration behind it. I decided to write this book and do a cookbook because I have something called endometriosis, which can cause infertility. And the recipes in my cookbook, they are what helped nourish me back to my health. And I was able to have my son, who's now almost 6, he's like 5.5. So I wanted to, I didn't just want to come out with a cookbook. I wanted to come out with something that would inspire and encourage and uplift my generation, women who are suffering from some sort of, inflammatory issue like endometriosis. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, walk us through Whole New You a little bit. So when people pick up your book, what can they expect to find in here?
Well, number one, you will find some amazing recipes like this one, my lamb lollipops.
I like it.
Yeah.
Ooh, into yogurt sauce.
In the beginning of the book, here's my my turkey meatballs with some zoodles.
Excellent.
But in the beginning of the book, I talk about 3 major concepts. The first one being the importance of whole foods. And you may ask, what are whole foods?
I was going to ask you that very question.
That's, fruits, vegetables, whole grains, seeds, anything that is not packaged or processed. It's food in its natural state. Then I talk about inflammation and how whole foods can help, how whole foods are anti-inflammatory foods, which can help combat free radicals that we have within our body, and they help just make us healthy, help make us whole, and help make us be the better I guess you and me, can be. And then the last concept that I talk about is gut flora. And what some people may not know what that is. And basically what that is, do you know what probiotics are?
I've heard the word thrown around here or there. I couldn't tell you an exact definition.
No, yeah. So probiotics, it's basically kind of like a good bacteria to help your digestive system. And there are foods that act as a great probiotic, and that's foods that are fermented, like sauerkraut, like miso paste. So with that said, a lot of these recipes have, or most of these recipes have ingredients that have whole foods and some fermented ingredients just to help keep us healthy and to fight against inflammation and certain, ailments that we're dealing with, whether that's migraines or whatever. I can go on and on and on and on, but that's kind of like the gist of the book. But not only that, it was important for me to put recipes that were kind of like comfort foods to me, like fried chicken,
Into it.
Pancakes, pizza, but choosing healthier alternatives, healthier ingredients, so that when we are eating these foods, it's doing our body good at the same time.
Yeah, so we got a ton of comfort food in here. The photos are amazing. I get hungry every single time that I open this book up.
Thank you.
So what are some of your favorite ones in there? How did you even decide out of like your entire repertoire of recipes what to include?
I know, basically, some of my favorite recipes would definitely have to be the fried chicken. I grew up eating fried chicken, right? So I talked about foods, that have, that can cause inflammation in the body. So dairy, right? Usually when you make fried chicken, you would dip it in some buttermilk, right? But with this recipe, I'm using unsweetened cashews instead of a dairy. So you're still getting, you're still able to eat, that delicious comfort food, but you're staying away from ingredients that would, cause inflammation in the body. So I would say fried chicken, oh gosh, my my milkshakes that I make with, look at this. This is like incredible. My milkshakes that I make. So instead of using dairy, I'll use coconut milk.
I love coconut milk.
It's so good, right? And it's so good for you. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, we talk a lot about the recipes that are in here, but aside from eating habits, what suggestions do you have for people who are trying to just overall improve their general health and wellness?
Oh my gosh. I think first of all, it starts with perception.
Right.
I think once you truly understand that whatever you put in your body, whether that's junk food or whether that's healing whole foods or superfoods, it's going to do something, for you and for your body. So it's a choice that you decide to make. And I think it's just understanding and having the perception that food can be medicine.
Right.
And that, it's not a fad. It's something that there's truth to that. So you just kind of have to just, be mindful, I think, of what you put into your body and then see how it makes you feel. And once you become aware of that, you'll start to, it's like a whole new world starts to open up. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like when you start choosing to eat less sugar, you'll start to see, whoa, I'm not as fatigued as I used to be. I don't need that cup of coffee.
I was just thinking about this morning, honestly.
But just kind of like understanding and having that perspective on food and how it can be medicine.
But giving up sugar and your morning cups of coffee is definitely easier said than done. How do you kind of work your way up to that?
It's I think for me, it's not overwhelming yourself because, I went through this journey myself and I just took my time. So what I did was I took it a day at a time and I said, you know what, I'm just going to stay away from sugar and dairy for 2 weeks and I'm going to check in with myself and I'm going to see how that made me feel. And then once I started to see how, again, I had more energy, I was like a happier person. You know what I mean? And so I was able to go, wow, that I'm feeling this way because of, of the foods that I'm deciding to eat and put in my body. So after you realize how great you feel, you're not going to want to, go to that bag of Cheetos after you feel great, right?
Right.
So, yeah.
Totally hear you on that. Well, for those of you who are just tuning in, we have Tia Mowry here. She's talking about her brand new cookbook, Whole New You. If you have any questions, you can leave those in the comments and we will answer them. But now it's time to play a game.
Okay, let's do it.
I'm going to put this book over here for a second.
I love your guys' games. They're always so cool and innovative.
All right, well, we're going to play a little game that we're calling 90s Dinner Party.
Okay.
And what we're going to do, I'm going to come up with a couple of pretty popular 90s TV shows, some you may or may not have heard of.
Okay.
And I want you to tell me what from your book, what recipes from your book you would serve if you had a dinner party with the cast of these shows, and why. Why is important here.
Okay, oh gosh.
All right. So the first one we have is
Rugrats. Oh,
what would you feed a bunch of babies who were at your 90s dinner party?
What first comes to mind is, my son, right? He's 5.5, 6 years old, and his favorite meal, should I say, is breakfast or pancakes.
I'm with him on that.
So I would definitely have to say maybe my my banana pancakes. Yeah, with blistered blueberries, right? So
I think that sounds pretty
right.
perfect.
I think kids love pancakes. So yeah, let's go with that one.
I feel like Tommy Pickles would definitely
Right.
definitely approve.
And the twins,
Oh,
right? The
yes,
twins.
absolutely. Well, and also I feel like that's an easy one to clean up in case things get
right.
a little messy.
But you know what though? It's fun. I remember as a kid, I loved making pancakes. Right? It's like it's fun.
Yeah.
It's so.
I still love making pancakes.
Yeah.
And it's easy.
Yeah.
I feel like you can't mess it up either way.
No. So
right?
yeah. So I would definitely choose the pancakes for Rugrats.
All right. Pancakes for the Rugrats. However,
Okay.
if you had a few more grown-up guests,
Okay.
if you had a couple of friends over,
Oh, I used to love that show. Oh my gosh.
we're drinking milkshakes in this picture.
See, I was gonna say milkshakes. Maybe because I remember that picture and they're all like drinking milkshakes.
Right.
But you know what though? I think, let's see, since they're all adults, I would say my sake mojito.
Ooh.
So it's a mojito with sake.
I would love to do a sake mojito
Right?
with Joey Tribbiani.
Right, and the reason why I choose sake as opposed to like wine is because when you have wine, it's loaded with sugar, whereas sake, it's not that much sugar intake.
So tell me, walk me through this mojito a little bit more though. What else do you mix with sake?
Oh God, let's see. We mix it with mint leaves, and instead of putting sugar, because you know in an original mojito, it's loaded with sugar. So I use healthier alternatives for sugar like stevia. So that is an herb, and it's no calories, people. 0 calories. So I mean, come on, you're having a drink, and
Right.
it's like the sugar. There's like sugarless,
So you're not
but
have
it's
your
still
sugar
nice.
crash
Yeah,
later.
right.
I like
So,
it. I think the friends can get behind that.
right? That'll be fun.
Yeah, I think that's a good one.
I would totally serve them that.
What would you serve the cast of Family Matters?
When I think of family, I think of one pot meals. Do you know what I mean? Because it's
Definitely.
like it's easy, it's hearty, it's kind of like comfort food. So let's see. I would definitely have to say my Moroccan chicken with lemon and olives. And oh my gosh, this dish is so good. So I would totally serve the family of Family Matters that. I mean, what don't you have
Moroccan
memories
chicken?
of like sitting down
Oh,
eating
yeah.
one pot meals chicken with your
Probably
family?
like as I was watching TV.
Oh.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so I would totally say that.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
this dinner party is getting pretty delicious.
Okay.
It kind of looks like all these people were here with us right now. Here's another classic. What about the cast of Saved by the Bell?
Oh my gosh. Saved by the Bell, you know what? I would totally do my chocolate milkshakes.
Yeah, I feel like here's a good place for that too.
Right? Because I remember when I was Saved by the Bell, was that college or high school? College? Oh God. High school. Okay, so when I was in high school, which was a long time ago, I loved going to, I don't know, just to get a nice shake. You know what I mean? But these are not your average shakes.
Tell me more.
These are shakes made with frozen bananas and coconut milk and coconut ice cream, chocolate coconut ice cream. So again, it's dairy free. Like I was saying, you know, dairy basically it exacerbates, you know, inflammation in the body. So you want to stay away from those foods. But instead of giving up on the milkshake and saying I can't have one, never, you just substitute it with coconut milk and coconut ice cream.
I love this idea.
Yeah.
I wish more things were made with coconut milk.
Yeah, and you're not the flavor is still there. You know what I mean? You're not sacrificing the flavor. So yeah, my chocolate.
Into it. All right, and our last show.
Oh God.
May not be sister.
Oh my God. Which one's which? Do you know? Which one's
No, I can never tell.
Okay, that one's me, and that one's Tamara, and they used to put a mole on me. So see, Tamara has the real mole, and then I have the fake mole, just so that we could be like, you know, exactly alike.
That is sneaky.
Yeah, I would say, you know what? I would say the Caesar salad. And I say that because this is actually a really nice picture of it too. Look at how pretty this is. The Caesar salad. And I say that because that was the first time moving to California was like the first time I ever had Caesar salad.
Really?
Yeah, and it was just a salad that my sister and I would have all the time. And I love it till this day. And so I was like, I've got to put it in my cookbook. So we would be chowing down on some Caesar salad.
Chowing down. What do you think Tamara would pick? What would her go-to recipe in this
Let's
book be?
see, her go-to recipe. You know, my sister, she loves soups. So
Really?
yeah, so she loves chicken noodle soup. So I would say, because it like it says, warms the body and the soul. And, you know, so she likes warming and comfort food. So maybe chicken noodle soup, which is perfect for this weather, by the way.
Oh my gosh, it's miserable.
Oh my gosh. And I did not wear the proper shoes.
I never do. I'm wearing boots and it still didn't
Yeah,
seem
I'm like, oh, I'm in high heels, but it's okay.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
If you guys have any questions, leave those in the comments and we will answer those. I actually think we have a few.
Okay.
Hi guys, so we have some fan questions here.
Oh, we have a mic and everything. Let's
getting
do
real
this.
fancy.
So Tia, Michaela wants to know if you could bring back one fashion style from the 90s, what would it be?
One, you know what? I already have overalls or jumpers. Like, I'm a huge fan of overalls, and I'm still rocking them today. I have like several pairs in my closet. Yeah.
That's kind of incredible.
Okay.
Do we have any more questions?
We sure do. So everyone wants to know, where can we get your cookbook?
You can get my cookbook on whatever bookstore, Barnes and Noble. It's at really any bookstore, and Amazon. Amazon, I'm a huge fan of Amazon. Get it quick. Get that delivery quick.
Get that Prime.
Right, Amazon Prime. Yeah, so.
And when is it available? Is it available?
It's available today.
Today.
It's available now, so go get it.
So you guys have no excuses. You know exactly what you're having for dinner tonight with all your favorite 90s stars.
Yeah.
We have some more questions
Sure.
also. Sorry.
That's okay.
The fans want to know, do you miss the 90s?
Oh, do you?
Ooh, that's a
great
really good
question.
question. Oh my gosh. Yes, I do miss the 90s. Number one, because I was doing my show, Sister Sister, and I was a teenager with no responsibility. You know what I mean? Like, you're just this teenager who's able to, you know, do what she loves to do and act. And but not only that, it was just a fun time. It was a time where, you know, there were loads of boy bands. There were, you know, it was like girl bands, and I'm a huge fan of that. Yeah.
NSYNC or Backstreet Boys, this is important.
NSYNC all the way.
We'll talk afterwards.
Yeah.
Just kidding. NSYNC's great.
Yeah,
I
I love NSYNC. So yeah, I do miss the 90s.
Speaking of the 90s, what do you miss most about Sister Sister?
What do I miss most about Sister Sister? I would have to say just going to set every day and having lots of fun with my castmates. They really became family. So when you've been working with somebody for 6 years and you show up, you know, for work about seven months out of the year, every single day, it is just so much fun. And then also, you know, being in front of a live audience, and you know, it was fun.
What was your favorite episode to film?
I would have to say the prom episode, when my sister and myself, we went to prom, because I wasn't able to go to prom because I was working. And so we had told the writers that we couldn't go to our own prom, and they were like, we're going to fix that. So they wrote an episode of us going to prom, and it was amazing. We got to wear beautiful dresses. Although my sister got to sit in the horse and carriage, and I was like, well, what about me? That wasn't fair. But anyway, it was great. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, Tia, thank you
That's
so much.
Oh,
yeah,
I'm having
this
so
was,
fun
I know.
sitting
I feel
here
like
talking
we
with
need to plan
you.
this dinner party for like forever.
Yeah.
But your cookbook is great. If anybody wants to check out Whole New You know where to do it. It's out today. And thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Mwah.